One of the biggest reasons you might not be creating is because you haven't seen an example of what you're trying to be yet. But that's okay. I know you've been hesitating and probably overthinking, but you can't keep waiting for a reference point that will probably never come. It's the same thing with entrepreneurship. That's how I like to think about it. You create something that doesn't exist in the market in the way that you envision it, right? And instead of recognizing that as differentiation, disruption, and innovation, you end up feeling discouraged by it. So when it comes to creating something new online, that feeling that you have isn't necessarily a disadvantage. I like to look at it as proof. Proof that there's space, proof that there's room for something new. If you don't see yourself in the current content landscape, that doesn't mean you don't belong there. It probably means that you're just not meant to copy it. A lot of what we see online right now is very formulaic in a way, the get ready with me, day in the life, fast content, high volume, all of that. And for some people, that genuinely works 100%. But then for others, it feels performative trying to copy that. It feels like you're forcing yourself into a format that doesn't necessarily match how you think. And that disconnect, I think that's usually where a lot of people stop. And that happened to me in the past. But I was able to quickly correct it and understand that I didn't want to exist in that kind of space entirely. I tried different formats and it just didn't stick properly for me, and so it affected my consistency. I've always preferred depth, long form thinking, slower conversations. That's why platforms like YouTube have just always felt more natural to me, because I love context. So even if I see like an intriguing clip on socials, one of the short clips, I'll care enough to watch the entire thing. Like I'll find the entire thing on YouTube. That's just how I operate. So instead of forcing myself into what was popular and what is so fast paced, right? I started from that realization and I asked myself, where do I actually think best? What format allows me to see things properly? What format even gives me the depth that I love? And I concluded too that there are definitely people who think like me, and I just have to build for them. And the same thing goes for you. There are people who think like you, and this is your sign to build for them. There's a principle from Stephen Covey called begin with the end in mind. I got it from his book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and I highly recommend it. And I think it applies here. Instead of asking what content should I make, I challenge you to ask who actually needs to hear what I have to say. Start there. Because when you think about the person on the other side, it stops being about performance and it starts leaning towards contribution. Now, let's say that you've decided that you want to start being out there, talking and putting out content, but you don't want to do it like everyone else. You don't want to feel performative. Heck, that's probably why you're watching this video. And you don't want to force building in public if that's not your style. And here's how I think about it and how you can look at it as well. First thing, format over trend. Choose a format that fits you, not the algorithm. Some people build through essays, short form clips, or even long form videos like this one, etc. There's a lot. If you value depth, don't force yourself into this 10-second content. The format should match your thinking style. Second thing, define who you want to create for. Define your person. For me, it's creatives and aspiring founders who need structure, systems, and real business insight. The version of me that was about maybe 5 to 10 years ago. And that clarity removes the pressure to speak to everyone. You're speaking to someone specific. And at the end of the day, you can't please everyone, right? You won't always be for everyone. And once you come to terms with that, it'll be so much easier for you. Third thing is clarity before consistency. Everyone talks about consistency, but consistency without clarity honestly just leads you to burn out. And right now, I think your focus should definitely be What do I want to say? Who is it for? Why does it matter? And I think consistency comes after that. You'll even feel the shift with your momentum. Now, the fourth and final thing, protect your autonomy. This is the most important one. The second it starts to feel like obligation, please, I think you need to pause there. Don't post out of guilt. Don't chase the algorithm, because the moment it starts to feel forced, it's going to lose its meaning. And people can feel that within your content. I know that what I'm building here is based on a divine assignment from God, and God is the creator of the algorithm, okay? So I don't have to force anything. The flow just comes through within its own time. And when you believe that, if you want to adopt that same mindset, the pressure ends up just coming off of you. And I'm not here to tell you that you need to build a personal brand, because you probably might not. But if you are someone that has experience, perspective, and if you have something that could genuinely help people and you've been holding back because it feels forced, you should understand this. The resistance that you feel isn't weakness. It's a sign that you care about doing this properly. The people who build something meaningful online aren't just the ones who post the most, in my opinion. I believe that they're the ones who got clear on why they're showing up. And when that reason becomes bigger than you, it stops feeling like pressure. It starts feeling like purpose. Build from a place of purpose, not from the anxiety that makes you feel like you have to post 25 times a day, because there are people telling us to do that, right? But I'm here to say that we are bringing depth back. Let us make depth cool again. But hey, this is where I am at right now. It took some time to get here, but it feels a lot more honest. And if this resonated with you, feel free to subscribe and check out the previous videos that I have. I talk about building systems around your creativity for scale and value, without the noise, without the performance. And remember, as always, you are built different, built to last. I'll see you in the next one.